I'm happy to be here tonight, guys. I'm always happy to be anywhere that's not my apartment, because I live in North Minneapolis. Yeah, the bad part. The part that God sent a tornado to a few years ago to spruce the area up a little bit. It wasn't much of an improvement. I worked late at night, and I got pulled over in my neighborhood. And the cop, he was pissed when he came up to the car. He goes, "Boy, what are you doing in this neighborhood at this time of night? Are you looking for trouble?" He goes, "I hope you don't have any guns or drugs on you." I'm like, "Yeah, officer, I just live like a block away." He's like, "Holy shit, I hope you have some guns or drugs on you." Then he kissed me on the forehead and gave me his pepper spray. Wished me good luck. It was awkward. Did everyone have a happy Christmas? I know it's a ways past, but no, nobody here had a happy Christmas? Me neither. There you go, one person. I had a weird Christmas. I really did. I didn't have any money, so I made my girlfriend a coupon book. You know, with like little chores and sexy things in it. Yeah, she asked me if she could redeem it for cash value. I said no, so she re-gifted it to her brother. Yeah, I'm starting to regret not putting an expiration date on that massage with a happy ending coupon. I can't remember how many I made, but I think he's just making copies at this point. I gotta keep taking them. I don't want a bad Yelp review. I just recently started wearing glasses. My girlfriend really likes them. She likes them so much she asked me to keep them on in the bedroom. I know, I'm like, "What about these glasses? What is it about them that turns you on so much?" She goes, "I don't know, they just make you look like somebody else." Yeah. Yeah, me and my girlfriend don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. I think it's probably the age difference. Like, I'm 35 and she's 14. Well, she's 28 in American years, but she's Canadian and their lives aren't worth as much as ours. I went on a road trip the other day and my girlfriend couldn't come with me, so we were doing some, sexy texting. I asked her to send me a naked picture, and boom, like that, she sent one like 2 seconds later. I was like, "How'd you do that so fast?" She's like, "Oh, it's an old picture." And I'm like, "I don't want your stock beaver pictures." Like, what are you doing with naked pictures of yourself and your phone anyway? She's like, "Oh, it's just an old picture. I probably sent it to an old boyfriend before I started dating you." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. You had boyfriends before me?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm a 28-year-old woman. Of course I had boyfriends before you." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're a woman?" I feel like I don't even know you anymore. That's the silly part of the show, guys. Have you guys ever heard that expression that when God closes a door, he opens a window? And then God's dad goes, "Close the goddamn window! You're letting out all the salvation!" That's the other silly part of the show. I had to take a drug test recently. Anybody here had to take a drug test? Couple? It's always a weird way to start off your day. Right? You're carrying a cup of your own urine around. You have to hand it to an angry middle-aged woman wearing surgical scrubs with like little purple cows on them. They might have been green horses. I was actually pretty fucked up at the time, to be honest with you guys. I think if you're not going to pass a drug test, try to win. Get the highest score possible. Reach for the stars, and then smoke those stars. That's my motto. That's how I lost my job at Jimmy John's. Seriously, Jimmy John's is a very strict anti-drug policy, which always seemed weird to me, because it seems like the one thing you should be able to do really well when you're high is make sandwiches. Right? You should be able to pick the highest guy in the place and have him make your sandwich. It'd be amazing. It'd be the best thing you ever had. But it'd probably take 45 minutes to get it. There might be a bite out of it. After Jimmy John's, I was desperate, so I had to take a telemarketing job. Anyone here ever done that soul-sucking line of work? For those of you who haven't, I can describe it for you. When you get home tonight, sit down in front of a computer, get really comfortable, put on a headset, and then find 500 people to tell you to go fuck yourself. Take lunch, repeat, Congratulations, you're a telemarketer. See what else is going on. I'm pet shopping. I'm in the market for a pet. So I've been hanging out at the animal shelter. Let me give you guys some advice. If you're looking for a pet that has both its eyes and all 4 of its legs, get to the animal shelter before noon on a Saturday. No, I mean, if you're cool with a cat named like Cyclops or Sammy Davis Jr., go ahead and sleep in. If you're fine with a dog named Tripod or Paul McCartney's ex-wife, go ahead and hit the snooze bar a few times. I think you learn a lot about yourself at the animal shelter. A lot of the staff there, they try to point you towards the older animals. They say things like, oh, this is Mittens, he's been with us for a long time. If somebody doesn't take him home soon, we're going to have to put him down. I'm like, holy shit, that's a tragedy. Somebody's got to do something about this. They're like, oh, would you like to take him home? I'm like, fuck no, I want a kitten. I didn't come here for used pets. And they're like, no, sir, you don't understand. If you take one of the older ones, it's less expensive. I'm like, lady, I fell for that at the strip club. I'm not falling for it here. Let's see, what else? I got a brother-in-law who's a jerk. Anybody here have any in-laws that give him a hard time all the time? No? Anybody here married? No, nobody's got time for that. Well, my brother-in-law is rich, and he was looking at my car the other day. He's like, Roger, your car's a piece of shit. He goes, let me give you the number to my Lexus guy. Yeah, his Lexus guy. I drive an '89 Ford Fiesta, guys. And that's not because I think it's a Mexican party every time I get into it. It's because I'm dirt poor. His Lexus guy. I got a Ford Fiesta guy. His name's Bob from Craigslist. He doesn't have a phone number, but if you need him, you can get him at boblovesboobs@AOL.com. I get accused of being a bad driver a lot. Whenever anybody's in the car with me, they're always terrified. And I know why. When somebody's in the car with me, I think driving is a joint effort. You know, they'll be like, holy shit, Rod, you just ran that red light. I'm like, no, we ran that red light. I'm doing all the work over here while you're just fiddling around with the radio. Now pipe down, I'm trying to play Angry Birds. I had to go to the clinic a while back. Has anyone ever had to go to a clinic because you had a scare, like down in that area? It's a terrible, terrible time. See, what happened was I went on a first date with this girl, and we ended up, you know, having sex afterwards. Yeah, that's right, people. I had sex once with a girl. And I said to her afterwards, I said, I'm kind of surprised you slept with me on the first date. And she goes, well, I had to. You paid for dinner. Yeah, for those of you who aren't with me, anyone who's ever paid for dinner in this girl's past has gotten sex from her. Oh, she's like 34 years old. If you do the math on that, that's like 15 years of good dating multiplied by no long-term relationships equals every STD on the planet, I imagine. The doctor asked me, he said, how many people have you slept with recently? I said, well, one, directly. Indirectly, all of them, I think. He's like, well, how many people have you slept with in your life? I'm like, oh, let's do the equation. 35 years old minus no marriages equals 2. It was 2. It was 1. It was 1, people. I said I had sex once. It was once. I was having lunch with my friend the other day, and we saw this guy walking down the street. He only had one arm. And we started contemplating what it must be like to go through life with that kind of handicap. And I was like, yeah, like everyday chores must be hard for this guy, right? Like pushing a lawnmower or starting a lawnmower or pushing a grocery cart or things like that. My buddy goes, yeah, how does he masturbate? What the fuck is my friend doing with his other hand when he's masturbating? Like, I really want to know, but I'm afraid to ask. You guys, that's it for me. I'm Roger Shit Mike Andrew Schultz.